Cell phones and cancer. Is there a link?
When you consider the number of cell phones that are being used, the number of fugitive radiation that obviously is coming from those cell phones, I've often wondered what effects it has on the human body with respect to brain cancers and tumors. And reports now show that yes, there are effects. That raises flags.
Brain tumours now claim more young lives than any other form of cancer. The tumour rate has increased by a staggering 21% in just a decade. One of our leading surgeons is worried about a link with the growing use of mobile phones and other electrical equipment.
Many people don't realize that cell phone companies circumvented the consumer protection safety process. They did no, and I repeat, no pre-market safety testing on cell phones.
In 1984, the first cell phone was put on the market, and our love affair with wireless communication began. But at what cost? More than 20 years later, with over 4 billion cell phones in use worldwide, the growing questions related to the dangers associated with cell phones and other wireless devices like PDAs, Bluetooths, and wireless routers are becoming more alarming. Today, many, like environmental pioneer Jerome Ringo, a member of the Green Group and Newsweek's Environment and Leadership Council, call this proliferation of EMFs and EMR electropollution, and they're warning that the levels citizens are exposed to every day, without even being aware of it, may be very dangerous.
As an environmentalist, electromagnetic pollution is a very serious problem because it adds to the many environmental issues that we face today. Polluting of our air, polluting of our water are major issues that is impacting the quality of life of people all over the world. So I believe that we should reduce all impacts to the environment that are adverse or negative. Electromagnetic radiation is one that we must reduce.
In a recent U.S. news media poll, 73% of people in America now believe there's a direct link between cell phone usage and brain cancer. To date, hundreds of studies on EMFs and EMR have found significant links to various health issues like cancer, tumors, miscarriages, chronic fatigue, chronic stress, insomnia, learning problems, and more. Exposure to electropollution has also been linked to fertility problems, including a noticeable reduction in sperm count among men. Even more disturbing, research continues to show that children and teenagers who are using cell phones in growing numbers may be at the greatest risk. A child's skull and brain are still developing even throughout the teenage years, which leading neurologists have warned makes them extremely sensitive to EMFs and EMR from cell phones and other wireless devices. The average child uses a cell phone 90 minutes a day. Studies have shown 17 minutes doubles the risk of brain cancer, and one study showed a simple 2-minute cell phone call disrupts the brain for up to an hour afterward. Deeply concerned about the effects of wireless communication on children, teenagers, and the public in general, Hunter Lundy, a highly recognized attorney who has litigated many high-profile environmental pollution cases, believes something must be done to protect consumers sooner rather than later.
While they publicly say that cell phone usage is safe, and they diligently try to discount any research that shows that it's unsafe, they continue to sneak around and put in their fine print information that warns about the dangers involving cell phone usage. We have to pay attention to cell phone usage because it can damage our health and the environment. It's real, it's scientifically proven, and you need to be aware of it.
As awareness grows related to the problem of electropollution across the globe, so does the number of those trying to find a viable way for consumers to use their cell phones and other mobile devices in a safer way.
We now have the technology to reduce the impact on the human body of fugitive electromagnetic radiation and its impacts. We now have a solution to reducing the already compounded problems of pollution in our atmosphere.
One company has emerged with a revolutionary product designed to tackle the problem of electropollution head-on. Green Planet Armor has the only dual-action product in the world designed to effectively counteract the negative effects of this newest source of stress and toxicity in our daily lives when placed on an EMF or EMR emitting wireless device. At the cellular level, stress compromises intercellular communication so that cells cannot talk to each other. As a result, cell membranes harden, creating a fundamental disruption in your body's metabolic processes. The result, harmful toxins become trapped in your cells, and vital nutrients cannot get into your cells, leaving you more vulnerable to illness and disease than ever before. Green Planet Armor assists in counteracting the impact of EMF/EMR penetration, which can clearly be seen in this blood test. The effectiveness of Green Armor's patented and proprietary noise field technology has been scientifically substantiated in various tests at respected medical centers, universities, and laboratories across the world. How does Green Planet Armor work? Green Planet Armor is powered by a patented high-tech polymer. The particles within the compound, once stimulated by EMF/EMR, oscillate, emitting a low-frequency noise field that superimposes itself over the harmful high-frequency radiation. Studies have shown that this process dramatically reduces the effects of electropollution on the human body, and it also assists in the transmission of signals that improve resistance to stressors and support key energetic functions in the body. The result of Green Planet's innovative technology is the only known scientifically validated, commercially viable, and affordable way to deal with the cumulative effects of electropollution and the stress associated with today's Wi-Fi environment. Wellness leaders, health professionals, environmental leaders, and others are heralding Green Planet Armor's effectiveness, and with good reason.
I have looked at all of the research on Green Planet Armor, and I can tell you that it's very effective. It's the kind of thing that everybody should really consider using.
Dr. James Dahlgren, an assistant clinical professor of medicine at UCLA, is a medical doctor with 35 years' experience as an internist, diagnosing and treating patients with toxic poisoning. A respected toxicologist who was a consultant on the famous toxic poisoning case made into the movie Erin Brockovich, Dr. Dahlgren has reviewed the benefits of Green Planet Armor.
As a toxicologist, I believe everyone should take proactive action to protect themselves from the harmful effect of electromagnetic radiation. And Green Planet Armor is an effective way of protecting yourself from these very harmful forces.
I didn't know a whole lot about electromagnetic radiation. I knew that the power lines would carry an awful lot of electromagnetic radiation, but I didn't know cell phones could carry that much. If there was a device that could prevent the effects of electromagnetic radiation, why not use it? It gives me a little peace of mind.